Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I recently picked up the Lorac PRO Pallet. I know I'm late to the Lorac PRO Pallet party, and I know that they have a palette too now, but I picked it up a couple of days ago and I've really been enjoying it. I also did that first review getting ready video with the MAC Face and Body Foundation, and I have to let you know that that is my new favorite liquid foundation. It feels super light on the skin. It doesn't feel like you have anything on the skin. But it's still buildable. You can still get some really good coverage out of it. And as we're getting into the fall and the winter months, I do start wearing liquid foundation again. But I'm just really picky about what goes on my skin, and the MAC Face and Body being water-based is a really big deal to me. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look using the Lorac PRO Palette and the MAC Face and Body Foundation, keep watching. Thank you!
So this is the MAC Face and Body Foundation that I've been talking about. I'm in the shade N2. And I recently watched another YouTube video from Wayne Goss, and he explained that the Face and Body Foundation is best when applied with your fingers. When you start to rub it in, you actually get a better coverage out of it. So in the previous video, I had used a brush, and I felt that I had to put a lot of layers on. This time I've been using my fingers, and it has made a huge difference. I feel like Superwoman in your eyes. So here's the MAC Prep and Prime in Light Boost. It's a yellow shade. It's a highlighter. I decided to put this on before my concealer this time, just to kind of play with it a little bit more. This is a newer product that I've picked up, and I'm just kind of testing it out. Good for like full coverage foundation because it does give a pretty serious highlight on the skin. So now I'm going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. This is probably my new favorite concealer. I had been using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, but I never really felt like I got a good amount of coverage out of it. I have to use minimal product with this NARS one, and it is so creamy. It rubs in, and it just looks flawless. I really have been enjoying this. I like to use my fingers to get it worked on the skin, and then using a damp beauty blender just to kind of blend everything out. I also have been spraying my beauty blender with a little bit of Fix Plus. I just feel like it makes the makeup kind of adhere to the skin and just airbrush it out and smooth everything out. This is the Lorac eyeshadow primer that came with the Pro Palette. I'm not a big eyeshadow primer person, but I have been using this and I really do like it. It makes the eyeshadow go on a lot more creamy, and obviously holds it in place longer. I don't have oily eyelids, so I usually skip this, but I have been doing it and enjoying it. So this is a setting powder by Sue DeVette. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's the Triple Seaweed Pressed Powder in the shade Quiet and Still. This is a great setting powder for concealer. It's a couple of shades lighter, so it does help with that highlighting as well. And then of course going over everything with my IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation in the color Light Medium. Really do like this stuff, you guys, and I just put it on very lightly just to set the foundation. This just gives a very smooth appearance to the skin and really does look like skin. It does not look cakey when you put this on. So now I'm going to start my contouring, and I'm using NARS Laguna bronzer. This is a matte bronzer. Pretty good for contouring. I feel like I have to use a little bit more of it than the Benefit Hoola bronzer, but I like to change it up every once in a while. I'm using the MAC 109 brush, one of my favorite brushes for contouring. It doesn't give a super sharp, precise line, and that's what I like about it. It gives more of just a hint of the contour. And I like to just warm up my whole face with it. Bottoms of the cheekbones, temples, and the double chin area. After I get the contouring the way that I want it, I like to go back over with the Laguna bronzer with a fluffier brush. The one that I'm going to be using is from Real Techniques. I'll link down below which one this is, but it's just a big fluffy powder brush, and I'm just going in and kind of warming up my whole face with that bronzer, just lightly to match the spray tan that I have going on my chest. So as I was gathering blush for this look, I picked up 3 of my favorite MAC blushes from my drawer and realized that they're all about the same color. So I'm going to be using just 2 of those, MAC Spring Sheen and MAC Buff blush. Buff is a matte blush, and Spring Sheen has more of an iridescent quality or a glitter to it. So I'm going to be putting Buff on first and then using Spring Sheen as kind of a highlight on top of the cheek. I forgot to mention I'm applying these with an e.l.f. contour blush brush. You can pick these up at Target. I think this is in the Studio line, so it may have been $3 instead of $1. You guys, these brushes are pretty good. You can't beat them for the price, and they do last quite a while. And of course, filling in my brows with the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the shade Brunette. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil. Just fills everything in nice and neat, and it has the spoolie on the end to be able to really blend in what you've created. Okay, so here we go with the Lorac Pro Palette. We're going to start with the shade White on a flat shader brush, and we want to pack that white on the lid pretty heavily because as we start to use the other colors, it's going to fade out a bit. I feel like Superwoman in your eyes tonight. Next, using the color Taupe, we're going to put this on a MAC 217 brush just to put it right in the crease of the eye. This is going to act as our transition color, so put it in there with windshield wiper motions, and you can put this as heavily or as light as you would like. This is just going to help the next darker color blend out a little bit better. Now I'm going in with the color Sable in the palette. This is a nice warm brown tone, and I'm putting this on an e.l.f. contour brush, getting it as close to the lashes as possible, and then kind of drawing out the outer V of the eye. So lash line to the crease in kind of a V motion with this e.l.f. contour brush. And next I'm going in with that MAC 217 and just blending everything together so it's as seamless as possible. And going back in with the color White again just to redefine that lightness on the lid with a flat shader brush. I believe this one's from Stila. I will link it below. Now on that same flat shader brush, I'm going in with the color Nude. This is a sparkly, nude, champagne-y kind of color, and going in and highlighting everywhere where we had the white. This is just going to blend everything together and really make your eyes pop. Okay, and next I'm going to be taking the color Sable on a little tiny pencil brush. I don't even know what this one is from. I think it's from a Walmart brush set I've had forever. And with the color Sable, just drawing it along my lower lash line just to connect the color from the outer crease to the lower lash line to give some definition to the lower lashes. Okay, so now I'm taking the color Mauve on a 217 and just blending everything out so it is as seamless as possible. So this is the NYX 2-timer eye pencil. Half of it is a liquid liner, the other half is a black kohl pencil. I'm just lining my lash line just to give some really black definition before I go back in with my angled brush and black eyeshadow to really smoke this eyeliner out. Using the black eyeshadow from the palette and an angled brush, just smoking this eyeliner out. Going in with my favorite Maybelline mascara in Illegal Length, just giving my lashes a quick coat of this before I go in and start using the Lorac Cobra mascara. This Cobra mascara came free with the palette that I purchased from Ulta. It is a very black mascara and I really do like it. This is a NYX highlighter in the shade Ritualistic. I like it because it's a true white highlighter. I didn't want a whole lot of sparkle for this look, so I'm just placing it at the top of my cheekbones, around my eyes, and of course down my nose and on my Cupid's bow. So my hair already had curl in it from the day before, but I wanted to show you how I do it. I get a lot of questions about how I curl my hair with a wand. So I'm spraying a heat protectant / volumizing spray from Kevin Murphy all throughout my hair and especially in the roots. And I picked up this curling wand from Sephora. This thing was only $40 and this is one of the best curling wands I've ever used. So I just take small sections and wrap them away from my face and just hold them for a couple of seconds or so and release them. I don't ever want perfect ringlets, so they'll come out of the wand perfect like that, but then I'm going to shake them out and mess them up with my hands. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have any special requests on something you'd like to see, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching.